Thank you for joining me this afternoon, and we're going to be doing a new session today on the name of the Messiah, and we're going to read this afternoon from the book of Zechariah, and we'll start reading at verse 11. It says, "Then take silver and gold and make crowns, and set them upon the head of Joshua the son of Josedek the high priest, and speak unto him, saying, Thus saith," and it says in the English translation, "the Lord," but we know that if you listen to my sessions before, you know that the word Lord is a substitute word in place of the Creator's name, Yahuwah. So with that said, I like to read it the way it should be read because that's the way the original text would say it. It says, "Thus speaketh Yahuwah of hosts, saying, Behold, the man whose name is the branch, he shall grow up out of his place, and he," the branch, the man whose name is the branch, "shall build the temple of Yahuwah." Now, going back to verse 11, now this is a foreshadowing, this episode that Zechariah describes in the book of Zechariah, which was written approximately 565 BC to 525 BC. And this book that was written, this particular verse here in 11, this was a foreshadowing of the Messiah to come. And we're going to prove this here, what this is saying here. Because he says, first of all, he says, "Take silver and gold and make crowns, and set them upon the head of," now in your English translation, I just read, it said Joshua, the son of Josedek. Now, if you've done any kind of research or study, you know that Joshua is just, of course, an English word. It's not the original name here. It is the word, the Hebrew name of the Messiah, Yahusha. Now, the name of the Messiah, when he says here, the son of Josedek, of course, that's so misleading. These English names that have been, and they're not really a correct transliteration of the Hebrew names. Now, let me stop here and just read what the definition of a transliteration is. Some people don't understand what a transliteration is and what a translation is. To translate someone's name would mean, first of all, the name had to have some meaning to the name. In order to translate it means to give meaning to what the name reveals. But to transliterate a name from one language to another, you would use let me just read the definition here. It says, in pronouncing a name, in a transliteration, it's pronouncing a name or word the same as it is spoken in the original language, using the letters of the second language to make the same sound as the original language. So, what this is actually saying here is that you would take the letters in Hebrew. Let's take the Messiah's name. All right. This is the Messiah's name written in the Hebrew letters. Now, if you don't know Hebrew, you would not know what these five letters mean. And so, but these five letters, to make the same sound as you would in Hebrew, of course, if you're reading in Hebrew, you know that these five letters would say Yahusha. And now, these letters, as I've written here, Hebrew reads, transliterate the name of the Messiah using the letters right here. You would start from this end right here. Now, as these first three letters are part of the Father's four letters in his name, but these first three letters are exactly the same as the Father's name. To transliterate these three letters, you take, first of all, the first two letters, the Yod and the Hey, and you get Yah. Now this is where you find the word halal Yah. That's the part of that's a contraction, I like to say, of the Father's full name, Yahuwah. And but the first two letters give you the transliteration. These two letters here would be Yah. That's how you would transliterate these first two letters here. The Yod and the Hey together would transliterate Yah. And again, we find this in the Hebrew phrase, halal uyah. In English, a lot of people say hallelujah, but it's actually would be accurately pronounced as halal uyah. That's how, and that of course it means translates as praise unto Yah, or praise unto Yahuwah. So, whenever you say the word or the phrase hallelujah or hallelujah, you're actually saying praise unto Yah or Yahuwah. Now, these first two letters again transliterate as Yah. The third letter, which looks like a hook or a nail, it's in modern Hebrew, they refer to this as a Wah or a Vav, but actually in ancient Hebrew, which is the only way you're going to be able to pronounce the Creator's name and the Son and the name of the Messiah, His Son, is to understand that this letter here, this third letter, was never had the sound of a W sound or a V sound. It has the sound of U. That's where we get the Yahu. Yahu. This is the first three letters of the Creator's name are pronounced or transliterated as Yahu. This is found in words, this letter here, this third letter, the Uah, is, and it has the U sound, is found in a number of Hebrew phrases. One in particular is the Hebrew word shalom, or shalom would be a better way, be the more accurate way, the ancient way that the word shalom was pronounced. Shalom. This letter here has, the third letter again has the U sound. Jerusalem or Yerushalayim would have the same pronunciation with the third letter here of the U. Yaru. Ruth, found in the scriptures, her name is the letter is the same letter here. It's Resh, Uah, and it's pronounced Ruth. It's where you get the U sound. But anyway, the first three letters of the Creator's name is Yahu. Now these two letters here, which looks like a W, but actually it makes the sh, it's supposed to represent the teeth, and this here has the sound. When you would sound it out, this letter would be the sh, and this letter here that looks like an O is the ayin, or the ein. And when you have these two letters together, you get the pronunciation of Shah. Now, Shah comes from the word Yasha, which, if you look this up, it's for the word salvation in Hebrew, is the word Yasha, is the Hebrew word for salvation. Now, but the root of the word Yasha, which is two letters made up, the Shin and the Ayin, give you the pronunciation of Shah. Now this is the way the Messiah's name is spelled in the original text of the scriptures in the book of Zechariah, where Yahuwah had Zechariah record that this would be the name of the branch or the Messiah to come. This would be his name, Yahusha. Now, we're going to get into more of this. I want to stop here because I don't want to do short segments of this teaching. But we're going to pick back up and break this down even more to help make it clear to you the name of the Messiah, how we know that his name is in the scriptures, and how we know that it is pronounced as Yahusha, and not all these other variations that you may have heard or been told. So with that said, I'm looking forward to our next session together. Please share this with others that have an interest to want to know the name of the Messiah, that want to have it's hard for me to understand that people would not want to have the knowledge and the understanding of how the name of the Messiah is pronounced and how they really called upon this name. When Yahusha walked on the earth, this was the name they called upon, is Yahusha. Thank you for your time today. Shalom.